Why do they lie so brazenly, the communists? Why do they? Why do they call abortion reproductive rights? Or why do that? If you're Joe Biden, why get up and talk about jobs in the economy and brag?
We've created a record 15 million jobs since I came to office. There was any president has 15 million.
Why would you do that? Because he says that, and what happens inside of you? When you hear them do this, because they do it all the time, Joe Biden, his advisors will make it about jobs and the economy and inflation right now. They'll get up and say, the jobs are great, man, so many jobs. Woo, inflation going way down. And someone like you hear that and you just, makes your head want to explode. How could they lie like that? Because you know what's happening right now. You're suffering, everyone is. All the metrics are, honestly, they're not even horrifying, they're sad. Record credit card debt, savings being emptied, interest rates through the roof, people taking out second jobs, extra hours, not able to make ends meet. I got a heartbreaking email from a viewer a couple days ago. It was a man, and the subject of it was, I feel like a failure. And let me just, I'll paraphrase the email for you here, and I get many like this. Jesse, we can't make it. We're not making it. My wife has a job just so we can pay the mortgage. She missed a milestone of our new baby. The daycare workers did it. I can't work any more hours. I'm missing everything. We're not making it. And I have stacks and stacks and stacks of emails of people saying, Jesse, we're not making it. Jesse, I'm 65. I was retired. I've got to go back to work. Jesse, help. Jesse, what are we going to do? You know it's bad. I know it's bad. So why, if you're Joe Biden, why would you get up and tell people, this is going gangbusters, baby. Jobs, jobs, jobs. Well, let me explain why. Remember, when these people, when the communists speak, they're never, ever, 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 ever speaking to you. Ever. They're not trying to get you. They hate you. And they know, more importantly, that you hate them. They know that you are an informed person. You consume media of various kinds. I'm sure you watch this show. You probably watch other shows. You probably have podcasts, whatever you do. You're on news sites. You understand the news of the day. You're the hyper-informed, hyper-patriotic voter. You are the last person in the world these people are messaging to. So let's set you aside. I always have to remind myself of that. When they say something that makes my blood pressure vein pop out of my skull, I have to remind myself that they're not talking to me. So who are they talking to? If you're Joe Biden, why get up and say that? I mean, he knows it's a lie. I mean, my goodness, Jerome Powell got up, Federal Reserve Chairman, and as diplomatically as possible kind of admitted, these are probably going to be revised.
You have payroll jobs still coming in strong, even though there's an argument that they may be a bit overstated.
A bit overstated. That is a nice way of saying they have lied about virtually every job / CPI / inflation report for the last 3 years, and they've lied through their teeth. They always revise it down a month or two later when nobody's paying attention. We did great, 400,000 jobs this month, woohoo! A couple months later, well, it was actually about 220, but they've done it every single time. They're lying about everything. But again, that doesn't explain the why. Why do they do this? If they're not talking to you, who are they talking to? Well, this is the hard part to accept and understand. A lot of people do not want to be free. That's an idea that you have. That's a very common way of thinking on the American right. I suffer from this as well. When I look at some brain-dead drone repeating these dirty commie talking points, and I say to myself, on top of everything else, what's wrong with you? Don't you want to be free? Don't you want to break free of all that? Get rid of these government chains and media chains. Start thinking for yourself, coming up with your own ideas, questioning authority. Don't you want to be free? And the truth is that person, if they were hooked up to a lie detector test, would look me right in the eye and say, no, I don't want to be free. Many people throughout human history have no desire for freedom. They want safety and security, and they will sacrifice their freedom for the safety and security of just being taken care of. Me, I want to drive what I want to drive. I want to say what I want to say. I want to own and shoot every gun on the planet. I want to be free. I will no longer make the mistake of thinking the guy sitting next to me also does. The guy sitting next to me, your liberal Aunt Peggy, the reason she believes so many lies is her entire life, her religion, her entire worldview revolves around relying on these people to tell her where to go, what to drive, what to say, what language am I supposed to use, what am I not supposed to use. And if I just go along and follow along, then no, I'm not going to be free, but I don't want to be free. I want to be taken care of. The truth is, communists have always understood that there are large portions of every population, not just here in America. They don't have some burning desire for freedom. They have a burning desire for safety and security. So when your liberal Aunt Peggy walks into Thanksgiving running her fat mouth about how great the jobs report is, and you're looking at her just absolutely baffled because you know it's crap, and you think in your mind, she has to know that's a lie, right? She has to know that's a lie. No, you don't understand. You could hold up a piece of paper and show it to her face. These are the jobs numbers. It's a lie. It's a lie. Can't you see that? And she still would refuse to believe, because if she did, if she accepted the truth you were giving her instead of the lies the dirty commies were selling her, if she did that, it wouldn't change how she feels about one story, the jobs. It would shatter her entire life, because her entire life is banking on these people telling her the truth. It would be like you or I waking up one day and being told, finding out, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it, that God himself isn't real. Well, wait a minute. I'm 42. I believe in God. Many times as I've failed him, it's everything to my existence. That's why I raise my kids the way I raise my kids. It's why I do that. If God isn't real, well, then my entire 42 years on this planet comes apart, comes crumbling down like a house of cards. If your liberal Aunt Peggy doesn't accept the latest lies she's been told from these people, then her entire life is ruined. And so these people, they not only build up a world of make-believe for themselves, they actually demand their politicians and media people continue to build that world for them. You've seen a new saying, a new phrase over and over and over again out of the left about Donald Trump sending them to camps. I'm worried if Trump gets elected, he's going to send me to a camp. What if I get sent to camps? What if I get sent to a camps? Rachel Maddow said it. AOC went out there and said, Trump's going to send me to camps.
What happens to you if Donald Trump wins? What do you do? What's your first move?
I mean, it sounds nuts, but like, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy threw me in jail. I take him at his word. I take him at his word. I take him at his word when he says that he's going to round up people.
Of course, anyone who knows anything about Trump knows that's ridiculous. He's not some right-wing dictator, Francisco Franco type. Trump's a very moderate Republican, a fairly pragmatic type, a businessman guy, just kind of wanted to do some deals. But they understand they have to pretend like he's Hitler/Mussolini to create that world of make-believe so liberal Aunt Peggy will crawl naked across a mile of broken glass to vote against him. And liberal Aunt Peggy, she wants to live in that world. And you could show her this, what I'm about to show you. You could show her, you could say to her, Trump's not going to put anyone in a camp. He was just president for 4 years and didn't do anything remotely like that. But Democrats do want to put us in camps, and then you could show her this, and she still wouldn't believe it.
Putting it all back together again after we've gone through this MAGA nightmare and re-educating, basically, which that sounds like a rather a re-education camp. I don't think we really want to call it that. I'm sure we can find another way to phrase it.
Oh, sure, that's the problem, lady. It's the phrasing, not the fact that she thinks you and me need to go to a camp. And you could show all that to liberal Aunt Peggy, and she'll never understand, and she'll never accept it because she doesn't want to be free. In a weird way, she wants to be lied to. And Joe Biden and the dirty commies around him understand that. So when she rolls into your 4th of July party that I'm sure you already have scheduled, and she starts talking about how great the jobs market is, now you'll understand why.